Hey, welcome to the Duke It Out podcast. I'm your host, Duke Watson. Today we have a very special guest, the Funny Stop's favorite deadhead. He is the only man who performs with longer hair than me. Sometimes it smells funny, though. I bring you Adam Bartolomucci. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you said it right.
Wow. I'm proud of myself.
What can I do, though? You can't wash it every day.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How about yourself, man?
Yeah, sorry
cool
for
little spot you got here.
Yeah, sorry for sniffing your hair while you weren't looking.
It's only natural.
It's a habit of mine. Dude,
tendencies.
I can't believe we got called for murder operations when you pulled in. We got called in to perform a murder. This kind lady was in the parking lot of our little set we got going here, and she wanted us to murder a bug from inside of her car, but there was no bug.
I think she just wanted to talk to you, man. That was her in.
That was her in? She saw the half up, half down man bun, and she was like...
She saw the second man bun. She thought double trouble.
She was like, oh my gosh, we got 2 man buns in here.
2 man buns. These buns.
Yeah,
works right out.
She's like, yeah, 2 man buns is the key to these buns.
Yeah, you ran over there like a straight firefighter. You got your supplies and you beelining.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go smack a bug raw-handed. How do I know where that bug's been?
It's always better raw, buddy.
Yeah, dude, tell me about it.
Speaking of, I hear you're gonna be a father soon.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Look, I forgot to turn the light on. Just do it mid-podcast, like a real champion.
Professional around here.
Oh yeah, professionalism is my expertise.
Professionalism and half buns.
But yes, you would know too, wouldn't you? About
yeah, it happens.
Hey, it happens, and it's gonna be fun. I saw this video the other day of this kid. It's just she's talking about how she loves unicorns. She's like 4 years old. She's just talking about how much she loves unicorns. She straight face. She keeps a straight face. She smacks the shit out of her own face. Just full on face palm, full strength, smack to the face. And just pauses for a second and goes, "It was a skeeto." And
yeah,
I was like,
kids say wild shit, man.
That's what I'm looking forward to, is little moments like that. She was bold, like if somebody else would have hit her that hard, she was crying.
Oh, for sure. Kids are tougher than they look, though. Like, their reactions are based off your reaction. My daughter takes nasty spills all the time, and then she won't react. She'll look at you and look for your face, you know, and if you're freaking out, then she's like, ah, but if you're cool, play it casual, she's just like,
yeah.
I pushed her off the swing set the other day. That was beautiful.
What'd she do? What'd she say?
I can't breathe.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's her own fault. She took her hands off.
Yeah, I plan on making sure my baby's tough by like letting, they say support a baby's neck because it can't do it on its own, but no, my baby's gonna support its own neck whether it likes it or not.
Sink or swim like a stone, as they say. Speaking of, I hear they can swim. Try her out in the ocean.
Yeah, I can't let my MILF see this. She's gonna be upset.
Do you get the title before you've had the child?
She's a MILF to be.
I think you need to be a certain age to be a MILF.
Really?
How old's your lady?
23.
She's just a bitch with a baby. She ain't a MILF till she's at least 30.
I'll tell her the bad news. I'm gonna have to call her. See, she likes the term MILF better than baby mama.
I like baby mama though.
Yeah, I told her.
See, MILF doesn't imply togetherness, not togetherness, married, whatever. Baby mama is like, that's the lady, but it ain't official.
Yeah, see,
know?
I told her that like baby mama is a step up from girlfriend. You're more than a girlfriend.
It's more committed. You can't just walk away.
Yeah, and she's
not
like,
that you want to.
Yeah, and she's like, no. She's like, no, it's not more than girlfriend. I'm like, it is more than girlfriend. That's definitely more than girlfriend.
Baby moms. You gonna circumcise it if it's a boy?
110%.
Don't do it, man.
What?
My lady and I have gotten into this argument tenfold when we thought we were having a boy. Why?
Why would
do you support female genital mutilation?
Mine is trimmed nicely, and he's got a nice haircut.
But you don't know what you're missing. You know, maybe you need, if you had that extra 10% gusto to your blast, you maybe already would have 4 or 5.
Yeah, but if the kid's anything like me, I barely wash myself as is. You know.
Touche. I mean, you already have made comments about my hair smell, so.
Yeah, but you didn't smell mine. It's worse. Way worse. So, how long you been doing comedy?
I just started beginning of this year, basically. I did it like twice last December and then hit it real hard come January.
Yeah, so shoot, that's pushing now. Pushing on 8 months probably then, right?
Yep.
Pushing 8 months. I'm pushing a year here, 2 weeks till or 3 weeks till a year.
Congratulations. You actually performed the first couple times because I came and reconned a couple times before I actually went up, and I remember
Really?
your sets more than anyone else's.
Really? Like my early shit?
It must have been pretty early, but you had confidence. You seemed like you knew what you were doing from an outside perspective
I must have been drunk.
until I came in and I was like, oh, this guy does not know what he's doing.
Yeah, dude. Nick had to. I feel like that's exactly how you describe. You definitely. Yeah, that's a perfect description of my comedy. Is like
It wasn't bad. Like I said, you seemed like you know what you were doing. It's just you've been humbled a little bit. You know, you still do well, but you don't have such the bravado, except when necessary.
yeah. See, and Nick J got in my face one time and was like, "Be confident. Your jokes are funny. Be confident. They'd be funnier if you were confident." And it took
I've
me
heard
a while
the
to pick up that
same
confidence.
consistently.
Yeah, Nick's a guy who will tell you. He'll be like, "Dude, where's your confidence at?" And it's actually very helpful.
It's
for
with
a lot
my
of newer guys.
self-esteem. It's hiding around the corner.
Mm-hmm. Your confidence and your self-esteem, they're hiding somewhere. You haven't seen them in a little bit.
Hide and seek champions of the world. They'll poke their head out sometimes, but most of the time, nowhere to be found.
Like, why do they only show up after I have had too many tequila shots? You know,
yeah, it's Miller lattes for me.
Miller lattes. I call them Miller Sprites.
Yeah, I like piss beer.
I
I don't like beer. That's why I like this beer.
Yeah, dude, I'm not. Miller is probably like the bottom of my beer choice.
Ooh. I
Because
did you dirty coming in. You said high noons. They didn't have any.
no, I drank beer. I drank Miller Lite more than I drank anything this year, because and more than I drank anything really because it's my dad's beer. It's what my dad gets.
I think that's why I like it. Is I remember the classic white cans like that growing up, and then it changed to the crappy blue ones for a while.
Yeah.
That's what I remember seeing my whole family drink.
Well, that's what my dad
Coming
likes
up.
now. My dad was a Bud Light guy until I went to college, and he switched to Miller Lite when I was
What a
18 years
traitor.
old. Yeah, who does that? It's a ridiculous thing. But he said that Miller Lite's like it's like a carb less or something, or like
Drink a Michelob if you're worried about carbs.
well,
I
he
mean,
said it's a carb less, and I'm like, it's only a carb. Like, who cares? One carb. But he goes, no, dude.
every carb counts.
He goes,
dude.
no, dude. That's 30 every time I drink. You know, that's
30 beers is a lot. That's why my dad drinks vodka now, because he
Mhm.
can't drink as many beers as he needs.
Yep.
So tell him to man up.
Oh, my dad. Yeah, my dad's a Tito guy. He switches it up. But
Tito's is fancy,
Tito's is fancy.
according to my dad. If you saw what he drinks,
What does he drink?
what is it like that? It's like that Russian Kamchak.
Kamchatka?
Yes,
oh,
sir.
I would throw up, bro.
Vodka in general is bad to me, but that's like, I would.
Dude, a handle of Kamchatka is like $14. A
Yes,
handle
sir.
of Tito's is like $20-some, and it's twice the percentage. Like, it's
Well, they
worth
have
it.
different percentage of the.
Kamchatka.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have
if you get
different
liquor
ones.
store Kamchatka, it's
Yeah,
probably
yeah. I'm not
stronger.
talking gas station. He gets the high test.
Yeah, so he's spending. Oh my gosh, that stuff hurts,
Sorry to put you on blast, Dad.
dude. Jello
But
shots.
I guess
man.
that's why I'm here. I don't know.
That's how I got into comedy. Just a quick ASMR bottle finish.
That's one of the things that drives my woman crazy as well. The sounds of people drinking. Like,
Really?
she will give you death eyes.
She would hate me because I'm like the loudest
Same.
eater and drinker.
I don't know how we get along, but we manage to sometimes.
Dude, my girl hates gum. She's repulsed by the thought of gum.
It is kind of like cow-like, just smacking.
Yeah, but I need to keep some gum in my car in case I need to make a cruise home, you know. I can't have my
Gum
breath
really
stank.
doesn't cover anything, though. You know, it doesn't cover alcohol. It doesn't cover weed. It doesn't cover bad breath. It's kind of more like a psychological, like,
Really?
oh, my bad breath's a little minty now. I'm good. You
Damn,
know?
bro, because I don't even be brushing my teeth. I just be popping in a piece of gum like I'm cool.
Touche.
So my breath really be reeking on people, and I don't even know it.
I got fucked up teeth, so I semi take care of mine.
Dude, so how old are you?
I am 27.
You're 27, so you started comedy at 27 or 26?
I would have been 26, turned 27.
26,
right
turned
after,
27.
pretty
Can I
much.
get another one of those
Yeah,
Miller
yeah.
Sprites? Started comedy at 27. That's a good age to start because you have some life experience under your belt. That's one thing that I find troublesome. It's like I don't have a lot of life
Struggling
experience.
there, buddy?
Yeah, I was.
You need an opener?
Well, maybe, dude. Holding a mic and opening a beer at the same time seemed to be the most challenging thing I've done all week.
Yeah, I agree. I wanted to try it when I was way younger, but I never had the balls to do it. But finally, just something came around where I thought about. And I'm glad I'm a little older. The one thing, having kids is not the best
Yeah.
for the comedian lifestyle.
Yeah.
I say to the expecting father.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be a little different on my style. I mean, I already went from going to 2-3 shows a week to going to 1 show a week when we found out we were pregnant and had to get everything situated.
Yeah.
But this week I'm hitting 3 shows. Like, I'm good right now.
You
but
still got to hit it, and while she's pregnant is the time, because the first couple months you're gonna be lucky if you get that show a month or
show
show
week.
a week.
Yeah, it might be every other week.
4 or 5 a month tops. You know. But yeah, good time to start.
It is a good time to start because, like,
I'm not old, but I'm not too young
Yeah,
either.
you're
I have a
young.
little perspective.
you're young, you've had enough time where you've actually lived on your own and had, like you've experienced life from an adult perspective.
You can
And
call it adult.
yeah, and at 27, I feel like your personality is more towards
what
your
personality?
your personality that you have at 27 is more like your real life over, like, because like when you think about like someone who's 70 years old, you think about their personality, it's something they've developed for 70 years. Their
Right.
personality,
It's
like,
distinguished.
it's distinguished. They have a personality that's fully formed. And like me, like,
It's still developing.
Yeah, I'm a new-
Not everything's so black and white. You know, you're you today, but
I'm a new
month
person every 6 months.
a month from now, you're going to be a different person than you are now. Even like, especially with kids, things progress rapidly.
Yeah.
You know.
So much changes about me so quick, so it's so hard to nail down an act that presents who I am when, like,
I think your act does a good job of nailing you as a D-bag.
yeah. Thank you.
Pretty
you.
on point.
Yeah. See, a lovable D-bag is what I'm going for.
The lovable you need to work on, but D-bag you got.
It's definitely lovable D-bag. It's like the D-bag. It's like he's a D-bag, but it's funny the way he does it.
Yeah, I'll give you that. It is funny.
Oh, shoot. So what's like your favorite moment in comedy so far that you've had?
Anytime I get a laugh, every time I get a laugh.
Just chasing that dragon.
Yeah, because the first couple times I did it, I won't say I bombed, but I did not do too good. But there were some sparks there, you know, and I got encouragement from people saying like, "Hey, if you smooth it out some, there's something there," you know.
Yeah.
So now I feel at least competent in saying a joke on stage. Not to say I'm great at it or anything, but I at least got my feet wet now. I feel like I can tread water.
Yeah, I
you
feel
know,
like
whereas
I remember you starting, and it was never because there's some people who start and it's like they have a long way to go before they have
Yeah.
5 minutes that can, you know, win a contest, place in the contest, make them host. Like, some people are a long ways off, and some people, because you come in there and you bring what your idea of 5 minutes of comedy is, with no experience of being on stage, and then you learn through the other comics and going on stage like what 5 minutes can be.
I also did not do 5 minutes for probably my first month or so. I would go up there and I would do about 3 minutes, and I'd be like, "That's all I got. See you cats later."
Yeah.
Which I think is wise when you don't have anything than to just stall. And
I wrote for an entire month.
I had, like I said, I wanted to do it when I was younger and never had the balls until I was a little bit older. So I had kind of years of things I had thought out to mine. and a lot of it ends up getting scrapped anyway, as all ideas do. You know,
Yeah,
I write out so much, but
so little actually touches the stage.
exactly. And then once it does touch the stages, the chances of it coming back are probably about 50-50. You know, like
that's what I'm struggling with right now. Is because I'm doing 10 this week. I usually do 5. I've done 10 a handful of times. But, you know, last time I did 10 was 2 months ago. So it's like, what do I pull that I'm not using in my 5 to put in my 10?
Right.
Like, it's so hard to want to use old jokes because it's like, oh, I've told that so many times and I trashed that from my 5. Why would I bring it to my 10? But also, there's some jokes that are like, well, with my experience that I have now, I could probably make
Punch
that joke
it up a little bit.
I can make that joke better than when I used to tell it 3 months ago, 4 months ago.
I agree. That's also a weird spot in learning comedy because I get all 5-minute spots, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. But I've definitely probably done about like 18 minutes worth of different jokes over the time.
Yeah.
But then if you were to tell me to do 10 minutes, I'd be like, same as you. It's like, fuck, I got to bring back this old that like I'm not necessarily so proud of, but it worked and I need to fill this. But I don't even have the room to do so yet. And I'm looking forward to that because it's, you know, and there's levels.
Yeah, I did the math the other day, and I've told almost 9 hours of comedy over the past year.
Do you record all your sets?
Most of them.
When's the YouTube special coming out, dog? I know you're a hype beast.
In
Get
9 years.
Get on this.
No, that's one thing is like I don't put out clips, and I won't put out clips.
Unless it's crowd work. You're too young of a comedian to give up good content.
I could do crowd work. But yeah, my social media is just going to be whatever I find social media wise. Like I like making a TikTok here and there and clips from the podcast.
You look like you like making a TikTok.
I do look like I like making a TikTok. Do you have TikTok?
I do not.
There's no way you have TikTok.
I mean, I see the
You're 27, but you also could be 72.
I feel more like an old man now. Seriously, I kid you not. I had my first kid. How old are you?
22.
22. I had my first kid at 24. From then to now, I feel like I've aged a decade in like that, like 3 years, you know, like I went from my finger on the trigger and being hit to now I'm like that old man yelling at the sky.
Yeah. Yeah. See, the thing is, I've never been hip.
I mean, I wasn't really hip either. Don't get me wrong. It's hyperbole to an extent, but
yeah. But
you fall out of caring out about a lot of things when your priorities get put in line, you know?
Yeah, and you got like a life that you're like, I got to keep this thing alive.
And you only got so much energy to distribute. You're going to start not putting into the things that don't matter, like TikToks and Tic Tacs or whatever you call them.
Dude.
But then again,
I will leave my girlfriend and the child before I quit TikTok.
Touche. Hey, they're coming for it. They're trying to ban it. The feds.
No,
again, for like the 8th time.
I heard Schultz say on the Tim Dillon show. He said TikTok.
Who?
Andrew Schultz.
Who?
Andrew Schultz is a comedian from New York. Does
Never heard of him.
Flagrant 2 podcast. He's he pretty much is like the guy who started the YouTube special for big
whose
names.
podcast was he on?
Tim Dillon's.
Who?
You know who Tim Dillon is.
I have no clue.
No way.
You're talking gibberish.
Oh my gosh.
No, I love Tim Dillon. I'm just
I was gonna say
doing a bad bit.
You know, you gotta know Tim Dillon. I know you're a Roganite over there. I know you see some Rogan podcast.
Nah. Don't put that juju on me.
Dude,
I will not be associated with that.
I know
mansplaining, white supremacist Nazi. No, I love me some Toe Rogan.
I know you like Joe Rogan just for the fact that you're a 27-year-old white dude.
DMT, man. Have you ever smoked
You've done a psychedelic once in your life? Yeah, you've definitely watched Joe Rogan.
More than once.
You've smoked weed before? You've watched some Joe Rogan. But
what kind of psychedelics have you tried?
Everything but DMT, pretty much.
Acid,
mushrooms,
Molly.
Yeah.
No DMT. I've tried it. It's never like fully like gotten me there. It's like I'm like on my way there.
I'll try it when it crosses my path.
That has been my philosophy over the years. I've never tried ketamine, surprisingly.
I have.
Because
that's not a psych. It's a tranquilizer.
It's adjacent.
That's
at the very least.
Tranquilizer, bro.
It's psychedelic adjacent.
Yeah.
Do you know what a wook is?
Hmm.
Hippie talk for someone who only cares about doing drugs and kind of like mooching, like the classic like dreaded, greasy, that type of character is called a wook. Although it has affectionately kind of been reclaimed by hippies to be like not such dirtbags.
Dude, I couldn't be greasy and do a psychedelic.
It's the best time to do it, man.
I like to do a psychedelic after a shower. Like if I'm gonna take a mushroom
I
trip,
agree.
I'm gonna take a nice shower so I feel good about myself and clean.
That is part of it, because setting, right? You want to be in a good mind space and a good physical space, and part of that.
I want to smell my hair and smell shampoo that day, and I
But-
only shampoo like once a month.
Have
Not
you ever
even
been to a
kidding.
music festival though? Because you will be on day 2, day 3 of no shower,
And you'll be
shitting in a
fine
porta
with it.
potty. You're gonna eat that acid, man.
Yeah,
like,
you'll be
it's
fine.
gonna happen, and you're gonna have a better time than you will in your freshly clean, nice sheets.
Yeah, we had to give up on going to Lost Lands this year.
You would be at Lost Lands, bro.
My buddy's got a camper there this year, so he
Why? Because your lady's pregnant.
yeah. So
Do it anyway, man.
She
Leave her at
I
home.
wanted her to go.
I understand that, but leave her at home. Go do it while you.
It's too late now.
Is it?
Yeah,
Or is
they're
it sold out? I've done a bunch of stuff at that particular venue, and they leave the dinosaurs up and all that. So I've like kind of experienced it, but I've never been there for that actual madness, because I know they let in like too many people.
Yeah, it's crazy. My buddy loves it. He loves that festival. He goes to a bunch of them, and he goes, this year I'm getting the camper. I'm renting a camper. We're doing it. Just buy your tickets, and you can stay in my camper with me and my girlfriend. And me and my girlfriend
On
were
a
like,
tent anyway. That tent shagging, nothing better, man.
dude, my girl,
Some day 3 festival ass, nothing beats it, dude. I'm telling you.
my girl got me a fire tent for my birthday. It's a tent that's tall enough for me to stand up in.
Is it one of the teepee ones?
No, it can hold. It's like a 6-person tent, but realistically,
Okay,
like
yeah, I got you.
two big air
Yeah.
mattresses. Two big air mattresses. But
So when she's mad at you, she can kick you to the couch still.
yeah, exactly. We she got me that tent though, and most tents in my life, I'm exactly 6 foot tall. I'm scrunching in.
Yeah.
She got me a tent I could stand up and get a little stretch in, and that's all I need.
I know exactly your thing. I got like a teepee tent, and it's the same thing, because I was tired of it being like 90 degrees, like scrunched over in my tent trying to
Yeah.
change my clothes. Like, nah, fuck that. I need something I can stand in.
You might. Are you? How
An
tall
old
are you? You a
man.
little taller than me.
I'm like just under 6 foot.
You're
I'm
just
like
under 6 foot?
5'11", 5'11 and a half. I don't actually know. Somewhere in there.
See, dude,
See, I should claim 6 foot,
I
because I
have-
would
no,
do better on the dating apps.
I have so much respect for what you just did right there. Because
What?
as a man,
not rounding up.
yeah, not rounding up. Because as a man who, so my senior year of high school, it was the biggest day of my life when I went to the doctor and they were like, "You're 6 foot and a quarter inch." I finally broke 6 foot, and I was super hype about it. And you know, all these dudes who are 5'10" are out here like, "I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot," and they make me look like a liar.
Right.
They make me look
Well,
like a
no,
liar.
if they're shorter than you and they're saying they're 6 foot, that looks good on you, though, the actual 6 foot guy. Because
Yeah.
then you're like, I'm 6'2", I'm 6'4".
yeah, but
You know, unless you got someone to call it on you, unless the basketball team's right here, then you're getting even more points.
Dude, I was such a dick in college when like someone would be
But
like,
you didn't need the caveat of it in college.
No.
It kind of just...
"Well, I don't see people enough to be a dick anymore. I don't have
Yeah.
time."
It is funny. I can be a dick to people I'm comfortable with way easier than someone I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so weird, because you think it'd be the opposite.
Well, as a bro, you should be a dick to your friends. Like, what are you gonna do? Like,
yeah,
what am I
to an
gonna do? Be like, "You
extent.
look so good today, Adam." Like, that's.
Well, thank you. That boosts my confidence. Maybe I would have self-esteem if people said that to me.
So, but yeah, in college, when you're, especially like freshman year of college, we were meeting all these girls on our floor, and there'd be
Oh,
this,
yeah.
there'd just be this other dude in there, and
Fuck the other dude.
I've never been like a big like I don't know, peacock personality.
You're not an alpha. You're a beta.
No, that's
You're a beta.
That's not it.
That's what I take from that statement.
I'm a sigma,
Maybe.
bro. I'm a sigma.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah,
don't
yeah.
give a fuck. Like I've always
Yeah.
been like kind of like
But a true alpha truly doesn't give a fuck.
maybe I want to do that. I don't know how those work, but the alpha sigma beta bullcrap.
It's all kind of bro science anyway. It's
Yeah.
more like the tough guy image. Like, oh, I'm an alpha wolf.
well, there is
Rah, rah, rah.
in like a business or a war. there's alphas. There's people who are leaders.
I agree.
And we need leaders as people. Like, we need people who are going to, like, be themselves. But, like, you need a good leader, like a true leader, someone who leads by example.
No leader is better than a bad leader, but a good leader is
better than anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. But what I'd do when, like, we'd be meeting a group of girls and there'd be some dude in there, like, if he was, like, 5'11", and he was like, I'm 6 foot, and, like, it just came up in conversation. But, like, if he was being, like too peacocky, it would like, it's like, dude, you're trying too hard. Like,
right.
I also think these girls are pretty, but just hang out, have a good time, like, be yourself.
That goes way further, because girls recognize that, too. If you recognize that, not all girls, some girls are stupid, but some people are stupid. So there's going to be a percentage of them that can't see through that stuff. But as even a somewhat intelligent person, you can see right through that.
Yeah. If you're being
that type of peacocking or
boasting,
positioning, whatever.
Yeah. If you're being like that, like talking about how cool you are, and like you're like, I'm 6 foot and I can see that I'm 2 inches taller than you and you're 5'10", what I would do is go, really, dude? I'm 5'10". Let's measure.
Right.
Let's
measure.
Just ruin their night. Because like that's a little thing that seems so innocent. But, like I ruined their night because I said, I'm 6 foot, actually, and I'm 5'10". They know they're 5'10" for real. And so they're like, this dude was just being a dick. And only me and him know. And the girls are like, you're 5'10", and you're clearly 2 inches taller than him. Now they think he's 5'8".
2 inches here, 2 inches here. Bigger, better, stronger.
Yeah, I wish.
No.
Oh, shoot. You want to try one of these Zins?
Yeah, I'll take one. I am a nicotine addict, so.
I am. I've been trying to lay off the vapes, so I got these for the podcast. They're
It's just transferring addiction.
Yeah.
Not to say one's not better than the other, but it's the same root there.
But if I buy a pouch of these or a pack of these and use them on the podcast when I'm talking to, like, get that vibe, I'm not vaping all day every day.
Yeah. So go to zyn.com/Duke Watson for 10% off, please.
Don't buy anything I use because they don't sponsor me. If they sponsor me, buy it.
Fume.
These will give you a crazy buzz, though.
I believe that. Last time I bought some snuffs because I was going on a flight.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't really itch my nicotine because it's not the delivery system I'm used to, but it gave me the craziest head rush. I'm sitting there on the plane, which already kind of make me like,
gives you
not quite nauseous, but like it give the butterfly tummy type. And then throwing that tobacco on top of it, I was just like, oh my God, I need to get the fuck off this tube.
Yeah. Dude, there's something about a plane that just makes your nips hard. I don't know what it is.
It doesn't make my nips hard. It makes my stomach turn. Personally, but
it gives me like that.
My nips don't get hard a lot.
It gives me that church boner feeling, It's like,
I do not know what you mean.
Did you go to church growing up?
Elaborate, sir.
Did you go to church growing up?
Until I was like 7 or 8. My parents didn't make me after a certain age.
So like when you start getting boners, like when you're popping math class boners and you're like, dude,
that wasn't until like 12, 13. So I had like 5 years separation between like church and legitimate boners.
The same time you get those math class boners that are like, this makes no sense. Like I'm not even looking at a girl. I'm not even thinking about a girl. I have a boner and I'm trying to figure out what goes in the place of X.
It's an anxiety boner because it's the same when I'm anxious. It's the same type of energy of like I can't do this. Not now. Now is not the time for a boner. So your mind's like, whoop, here's a boner.
Yeah.
Dude,
but like you'd get it at like the worst time during mass too. It'd be like you'd get the boner when you're sitting and you're like you're undercover. You're sitting. You get this boner and you're like, holy shit, this boner needs to go away right now. And then right then's when it's stand up time, and it'd be the worst. Nothing like an awkwardly placed boner during church, because it's like,
that does sound terrible. Looking at all the old ladies and the dudes dressed in robes and
I was a Catholic school kid, so I'm getting these boners with my
See,
class.
That schoolgirl, not to be a creep, but like girls your same age wearing skirts.
It was
That's-
the only day of the week they could wear skirts was church day. I love the back of the line.
Yeah, and it's such a normalized thing now. Like the schoolgirl kink. That anytime you go to any sex shop,
There's a schoolgirl outfit.
yeah, exactly. It goes so hand in hand.
Yeah.
That yeah, I could see as a young child just getting a whiff of what
A whiff of
what porn is.
A whiff of Woody's.
Trying to get a whiff of some snatch,
Mm-hmm.
but failing, which is why it's so frustrating.
Dude, I'm so dumb. I was so dumb with ladies.
What age did you lose your virginity?
Well, 16, I think. Not that dumb. Not that
Yeah.
dumb. I got a girlfriend. Played the long game. You know,
Yeah. How long were you dating before
4
you
or 5
smashed?
months. You know, I played the long.
That is the long game, man. At age 16, 4 or 5 months is like fucking like an eighth of your life.
Yeah, dude, we
Not
dated.
really. That's terrible math, but
It's bad math.
I'm
for
not
sure.
a mathematician.
This is terrible math. But no, it was you know, I played the long game. I was trying to get some. This girl, she came on to me. She was like, "Hey, you're cute," and I was like, "We should date."
And that was the last time that ever happened.
Yeah, we should date. Actually, this current girlfriend's the only girl that I've ever like made the first move. Really, that's been a relationship.
Yeah,
Because I'm always so like I'm trying to smoke pot. You know,
I agree.
I've been-
I was not much of a drinker, and most of the girls I got with, it was the same thing of like a back to no self-esteem, you know?
Yeah.
Unless they were coming on me, I didn't think I had a shot, so therefore nothing ever happened, even though if in theory it could have had I applied myself.
Yeah. So prior to 16, when I was like in like middle school,
Bergen.
when I was in like middle school, dude, or even a little younger, like when I was real little, like there was these girls on the playground, they were trying to kiss me, and I was running away. But that's normal, you know. You don't want to get cooties. It was still cooties.
No, I agree. I believed in cooties until it was boner time. Like I didn't really have that in between, the like transfer. It was like girls are gross, and then one day I was like, wait, pussy's a thing?
Dude, I specifically remember when everything changed. When everything changed, one day at recess,
Recess. Oh, that sounds so creepy.
a 5th grader who had already had sex ed came up to us 4th grade boys and said,
You were probably like 18 at this time, man.
Huh?
Don't try to make it sound better.
no, this 5th grader came up and said, "You're going to learn all about sex next year. There's a class on sex." And like we had just kind of like we've heard rumors about sex, that it's a thing at this point, you know. We're 11 going on 12. We heard rumors of sex existing. This 5th grader who had been through the sex class told us, "Dude, you're going to learn everything about sex next year."
Did
And
you watch the Harry Snatch birth video?
That was freshman year. It was disgusting.
We got that in 6th grade, man.
Freshman,
I think that was a bit young to see like
a birth video.
a hairy snatch like that, man.
Mhm.
We grew up in the age of porn and shaved pusses, and then that was like straight 80s, like not even like manicured bush, like full on like
But
fucking
yeah, full on
feral
Vietnam,
bush,
you
yeah.
know?
Wook bush.
But
Although
dude,
I will say I appreciate a little bush these days. I am not necessarily a fan of like the fully bald.
dude, I found out that the bush is healthy for the puss.
I don't care about the health. I'm talking about me here. I enjoy it.
I don't give a shit about the health of that puss. Apparently, it lowers the chances of like UTIs and yeast infections.
Oh, I
if you
believe
keep
it.
a
You know,
bush.
it's if you think about it, it stops.
It's the eyelash of the puss.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is wild. You gotta watch out for pink eye, man.
That comes from the eating ass though, not.
All right, so we're a little over 30 minutes in here, and I like to at 30 minutes in, I have this Taco Bell cup, and it's got a bunch of questions in it. And so what I'm
10% off your next order at Taco Bell.
no,
Duke Watson.
no, but everybody that comes on this podcast is like Taco Bell sponsors you. No, I'm just literally a guy who like gets Taco Bell 3 days a week.
I had Taco Bell for lunch actually.
Dude, what do you get?
It depends. They've been pissing me off. They used to be the cheapest, and now they are so expensive.
Yeah, they're right.
Besides the point, I had Crunchwrap Supreme meal with the taco and a Baja Blast.
See, I get the combo box. Whatever the combo, $5 combo box.
I don't like
get it.
the burrito that comes with
Oh,
those.
you're not a beefy 5 guy.
Nah, I can't do it, and that ruins it because it's the best bang for your buck.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll only ever take like 3 bites of it and be like,
See, I like the beefy 5, but what I gotta do is I gotta put like 2 to 3 packs of mild sauce.
Mild. You
I'm a dude.
F and pussy.
I can't do hot, bro.
I can't say F, but I'll say pussy.
Yeah.
No, I love spicy food personally, though. It's a genetic thing. My whole family's always enjoyed spicy, so I can't get enough fire.
I don't not enjoy spicy, but I have to be in the mood because I will like profusely sweat if I get.
Yeah, if it's spicy enough, but like nothing at Taco Bell is spicy enough to make me sweat. I'm talking like you go to like BW3s and get the like higher like Quaker, the suicide type.
Dude,
that stuff will make me legitimately cry.
Quaker steak. I've had the triple atomics many times.
I got that stuff in my eye when I was like 11 once. Worst pain I have ever had. Like my dad just got some for shits and giggles. He was like, "You want to try one?" I literally ate one. I took a bite and a half of it, and it was too much. I somehow got some like in here. My eyes were watering, and I went. And it burned so fucking bad.
Talk about pink eye, bro. Shit, you got the red eye.
One time, also, an aside, I was cutting up a jalapeno, and I did not wash my hands, and the lady and I got a little freaky. And about 45 seconds in, she was like, "Stop, stop, stop!" Pause. Ran to the bathroom.
You gave her the old Drake treatment.
She came back, and she was like, "Who are you with?" I was like, "No one."
A jalapeno.
She was like, "Well, I'm burning."
I was
like,
2 nuts deep in a jalapeno earlier. Shoot. Oh, I had something, but it's gone now. It's gone. Oh, triple atomic story. My football team went as a group my junior year. There was like 30 of us there. Coach came, and he was like,
"Were you the towel boy?"
What?
Were you the towel boy?
The towel boy.
On the football team?
No, bro. I was a bench player.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. I didn't have towels, but I rode that bench like Lana Rhodes, you know?
Who's that? Explain in detail, sir.
Nope. I rode that bench like a Bella Danger.
Again, can you pull up a picture for reference?
Yeah.
Can you find me a quick little clip?
Dude, I'll show you off podcast. Everyone loves when you talk on a podcast.
Show it on.
Doing things off podcast. No, but we went there, dude. And coach said anyone who eats an atomic wing, he buys your unlimited wings, which was like $14.
I've done worse for $10.
Yeah. So I eat it. I'm okay. I've done it plenty of times because like eating an atomic wing for a challenge was like, I'm okay if it's like a challenge, a hot challenge. I can survive. I'll be all right. I'll be miserable for a little bit, but I don't eat hot for enjoyment because unless I'm prepared to sweat, I'm not doing it.
Speaking of challenge.
But it was funny as can be because, out of everyone tried it. Every single player that came there, all 30. The coach paid probably like, I don't even know, $14 times like 30 kids. That's a big bill.
On a teacher's salary, nonetheless. Like, damn.
Yeah, he wasn't even a teacher. He was an assistant coach who was like retired from the Marines. He was a Marine. I think he also.
Those guys are usually loaded. You can set yourself up nice with a military career.
Yeah. So and he used to be, and he was like a Marine, like he'd do like conditioning for them. So he was our conditioning and running back coach.
And now he works for Joe Rogan at his compound.
Yeah, exactly. But he
Your dream.
He forked up the bill for everyone because everyone ate a wing, but it was hilarious because 3 guys did it failed real bad. One guy did the eye thing that you did. One guy threw up just right there.
What a bitch.
We were on the patio outside at Quaker Steak. He ran into the parking lot, just threw up like on somebody's tire.
I would
right
give up before I would throw up. I would call you more of a man for giving up before you threw it up.
He ate the wings 10 minutes ago and it sat in his stomach and he threw up 10 minutes later.
He's still a bitch.
And
I want you to message him on Facebook tonight and tell him, be like, "Yo, my buddy thinks you're a bitch."
I'm not going
No context. Don't say the wing thing. Just be like, "Hey, my buddy says you're a bitch."
He just he actually just graduated college. He was a running back for 4 years for a college football team. I'm not gonna.
So he could out alpha me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call him a bitch.
Well, I called him a bitch.
You called him a bitch. Okay, I'll tag him. But and then the guy who had it the worst took a leak.
He pissed himself?
No, he took a leak with the shit on his hands.
Oh yeah.
Burned.
That's similar.
Oh.
Again with the jalapeno. I don't know when I'll learn to wash my hands, but
Everyone, you get one day. Are you ready for these questions? Okay, here's the question.
All right, now I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready.
Yeah. If you were transported 400 years into the past with no clothes or anything else, how would you prove that you were from the future?
So what? That's 1622. That's like right about. I would tell them about Columbus. Well, no, that was 14.
Mm-hmm.
How would I prove I was from the future? I wouldn't. I would just live as a commoner.
You just show up naked.
I would say, fuck these corporate overlords. I'll take my feudal overlords instead because it's the same difference.
I think but you wouldn't make it though, because like if it, are you transported to right here in Ohio? Because then
I'm a white dude in Native American territory, and that is asking for trouble.
Yeah, the white people hadn't even made it here yet. I mean, there was white
Columbus,
people here.
yeah, 1492. He sailed the fucking stupid blue.
Ohio wasn't a colony.
I don't think it was colonized yet.
Ohio wasn't colonized
later.
until after the Revolution.
Yeah, you're right. It was not an original 13.
Yeah, so you would have just been. I mean, you would have just become a Native American if they would have had you. Because if you do it,
I mean, by definition, I kind of would have been because I'm native to America now.
Yeah.
So even back then,
you'd have just, dude. Native Americans had us. Native Americans were like polyamorous, or some of them were.
That's where I get it.
See, you got Native American in you. But
people tell me that too because of my tan. Because I work outside, they're like, "You look Native American."
Yeah,
like,
long hair, tan.
Just a sunburn.
You have facial hair though. That's not Native American.
Barely. If you call this facial hair. This is like years of working at it, buddy.
Dude,
I feel like a little bitch.
Yeah,
I want a big manly beard, and I just like this is like months of trial.
I feel like I'm too dumb to prove that I'd be from the future.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, we live in a society that is way more advanced.
But I'd remember like some
and
shit.
we take advantage of other people's smarts, but you and I are not smart enough to like, create anything per se.
I don't.
You know, I could maybe make like a boat. Like I could survive. I could hunt. Maybe I never have.
Could you make a fire, bro?
I could make a fire, dude. That's like BC. You're talking, not 400 years ago.
400 years ago. I mean, yeah, maybe you could get fire from somebody, but you'd have to make yourself.
You could make one. Do
you know how to do it?
I've never actually done it.
Dude,
I'm a smoker, so I always have a lighter.
But
I have started fires with just a lighter and no paper and no accelerant.
Okay, that's pretty good.
So I'm halfway there. I just got to get the like little one twig on fire, and then I could manage.
Yeah, I think I'd just do my best to be accepted. I don't think I'd.
I don't think I would want to live then. I think I might just off myself. I don't need to prove myself to these jagoffs. They don't know anything.
Yeah.
They don't even know what the internet is.
See, I can't commit suicide because that's such a hack bit. It's been so overdone.
Back then, had it been?
Back then you might be original.
It might be pretty OG.
That's my reasoning. That's my reasoning.
It's a hack bit, maybe. I think trying and not succeeding is a hack bit. I think if you got the balls to commit to the bit, go for it, man. Like if you can do it.
Great advice.
As they say, up the river, not across the tracks.
Jesus.
As they say.
As they say.
For those depressed listeners, which is probably all of you, if you're listening to me talk.
Yeah, if you're one.
I won't comment on my buddy here, but if you're listening to me talk, you got to be pretty down and out.
Dude, if you're one of the like 25 people who ever check this podcast out,
go to Taco Bell for 10% off. # Duke Watson.
All right. If you're arrested and there was no explanation to your family and friends, what would they assume that you did?
Drugs.
Some
sort of
just possession.
Drugs. I won't say any more than that, but it would have to be drug related. I'm not a violent dude. Maybe like some sort of like check fraud or something.
Yeah.
Like trying to. But that's a long shot. That wouldn't be first thought. That would be like brainstorming. But if they had to guess immediately off the bat, it would have to be some sort of drug. Speaking of which, you told me not to admit to any crimes.
Yeah.
I allegedly could have gone to jail a week ago today.
Yeah, I remember. You talked about it on stage the next day.
Yeah, there's something there.
The
I
bit's
just don't
good,
know.
Yeah.
I just don't know. It wasn't tight enough. I need to work on it some more.
I mean, no bit's tight enough the
but
first
nothing's
time.
tight enough for me.
Does that mean you have a tiny dick?
No, it means I'm. What's the opposite of a size queen? Like a tightness
A tightness.
king.
Yeah.
I'm a tight king.
You're a tight king.
If it ain't tight, I don't want it.
Yeah, if it
Unless
ain't
I'm
tight.
desperate,
it
then
ain't
I'll take
right.
it anyway.
Yeah. Dude. Aren't you with your baby mama?
Yeah,
I mean, she's had recovery time, but
yeah. I ain't got no complaints.
You
My
know-
statement stands true. I'm a tight king.
so my mom's a pelvic floor therapist.
Really?
Yes.
So, let's talk after.
Mom's a pelvic floor therapist. Nick J comes in to do the podcast, and she's talking about male pelvic floors. And like,
Is that a thing?
Yeah, you have a pelvic floor. It's still your pelvis, the muscles within your pelvis.
It doesn't mean anything within a dude, though, does it?
But she
'Cause
told us what it meant for a dude to have a good
is that
pelvic floor.
like doing like Kegels and shit? Because dudes can do those too, where you like tighten up your dick muscle and all that.
So you don't want to tighten it up. Nick was talking about doing these hip exercises to strengthen his.
And your mom showed him a thing or two.
Yeah, he was talking about strengthening his groin, and she goes, "Don't strengthen."
Is your mom a MILF? This MILF talk.
No.
I'll be the judge of that. But continue.
But she tells him. She proceeds to tell him that no, don't strengthen your hips. You should stretch your hips. You should be doing butterflies and all different types of hip
Yoga.
stretching, because if you have tight hip muscles, you are like a certain percent more likely to have premature ejaculation and erectile dysfunction.
So that's what it is.
You got to stretch them hips to have longer ejaculation periods and more likely to keep your boner.
I don't have any problem keeping it.
You gotta do them
Just
butterflies.
sometimes when I'm out of practice, if I
One
go a
day.
couple weeks, man, that first time it can be a
Oh, yeah.
sad story.
Oh no, that's
But that's natural, you know. It's
no, that's a blessing to your girlfriend. You gotta tell her. Look. I nutted in 30 seconds. That's because you're so hot. You're so hot.
We'll frame it that way. Tell all my high school girlfriends that, because I was too excited for life back then.
I use it every time. What are you talking about? I was like, it was only quick because you're so hot.
Did you ever have that? So, like, I used to get so excited that literally the condom was enough that, like I couldn't stop because that was squeezing enough that it was still, like, stimulation.
Yeah. Good old times.
Sorry, past girlfriends, when I was way younger. I promise I've gotten better.
Yeah. He said, come back.
Baby, come back.
He said,
You can lay it all
he said,
on
I've
me."
improved. Don't you want to do a scientific comparison?
For the pure scientific data.
For the data. Sometimes you got to do it for the data.
I got a couple names I want to shout out here.
I'm going to tag your baby mama.
She'll probably will listen, so
Hopefully you're enjoying this as much
I
as
know you
as
enjoy
much
it,
as I
baby.
am. Yeah, no, she's talking shit right now. She's sitting next to you on the couch watching this, being like, "You do nut fast."
I'm cringing if she's listening to this next to me. Like,
Uh,
you sent me that video of me on stage, and like, realistically, I feel like I did pretty well on stage that night for like me.
better than me,
And even still watching that, I'm like, oh god,
dude. I have never once listened or played a video of my set and enjoyed it. Every time it hurts me in my soul.
Every comedian I talk to every single time tells me, you got to record every single set. You got to record every single set. I'm like, yeah, I know.
I get the audio,
But I don't want to
pretty much
listen.
every
I
time.
don't want to listen back. So I would rather
It does
hinder myself as a comic than to
Does
fucking
help.
put up with that bullshit of listening to myself. I hate my voice. I sound so much deeper because of the way like everyone sounds different to themselves. That when I hear myself actually talk, I'm like, man, I sound like a little bitch. Like,
Really?
yeah, which is weird because everyone's always like, your voice is so deep, your voice is so deep. But then I hear it and I'm like, man, I sound like a fucking pussy.
Yeah, I think you sound like you've done a drug or two.
done more than 2, sir.
Yeah.
I will not tell you which 2, but
You're not gonna list them off right now.
all right, we got. Nah, no one wants to listen to that. I think they can tell.
We've done them all.
Probably within pretty accurate. I mean, there's probably some people assume I would have done because I come off as like a super stoner, and I've done my fair share. But like, I come from a long line of addicts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same.
Not like drugs in general, just like a general addictive behavior. So I'm very conscious about that, and I definitely have my fun, but I go through ebbs and flows of like I'll let myself kind of go for a while, and then I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna do
pull
my
the reins
normal.
back.
Yeah,
pull the reins
exactly,
back a little
exactly.
bit. Yeah,
Weed sticks around. Booze is a social thing. I never drink at home anyway.
If I drink at home, it's like I mowed the lawn, and it's a congratulatory, like, good job, you get a beer.
Unless I have 3 or more friends over, I can't drink more than 1 beer at my house. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't really drink. I don't have 1 beer.
Like, I literally will drink 1, and like 3/4 of the way through, I'm like, like pouring it out so no one sees me type.
Yeah, but
I don't know
sometimes
what it
I'll
is.
have 1 beer, and I'll be like, start texting people like, what are we doing? Where are we going to
Right,
have some beers?
Yeah. See, I love draft beer so much more than I would. So it's like draft bottle, can. I almost can't even drink cans unless I'm like already out and drunk, and that's what's cheap. That's the only time I'll drink cans. And it's weird because I'm not a snob. I drink fucking energy drinks. I'll drink soda from a can, but when it comes to beer from a can, I just like can't do it.
I'm a bonfire 30 rack like guy. Like I'll sit around a fire and put down.
I can do claws.
Put down
like
a bunch of
seltzers from a can. That's different.
Yeah.
I don't know what the difference is. Speaking of, did you know that they have fucking Twisted Tea on tap now?
What?
I was at a bar the other day. My one buddy, shout out Walker.
Shout out Walker.
He's a fucking Twisted Tea freak for some reason, even though it's like the worst drink I've ever had. Shout out Walker.
I'm not.
But yeah, we were at this bar, and he was like, "Can I get a Twisted Tea?" She was like, "Draft or can?" He was like, "What'd you say?" He's like, "Yeah, we have it on draft." It blew my mind. Like, I know it makes sense, it's a popular-ish drink, but for some reason I was just like, what the fuck? Because it's not carbonated. There's no bubbles. There's no foam. It looked weird when she handed the full like glass with no foam at the top or anything. Like it was
not like Twisted.
It's malt liquor.
It tastes
and
like
that fucks
I'm drinking
with my stomach.
syrup.
You are more or less. You're drinking syrup and malt liquor and like that.
I don't like dark pop. I like a Sprite over.
See, I need caffeine if I'm gonna drink pop. Like caffeine is explicitly part of it, and caffeine and ginger ale do not have it.
I like a Sprite. Baja Blast is probably number 1 on the list.
I wouldn't say number 1.
I know I look like Baja Blast is my favorite pop.
Yeah,
but
Taco Bell 10% off.
That's a Baja Blast. There was a
Watson.
Baja Blast in that when I got
I believe it. I believe it. I like Baja Blast. I like Mountain Dew in general, but it's never my go-to. When I was in college for 1 year before I dropped out because I decided I like weed and psychedelics more. But I wasn't a coffee drinker at the time, so the blue Mountain Dew, the voltage, that was my morning get me up.
I like
for
coffee.
a long time, and I think my sperm count is still probably affected by that because they say it's terrible for it.
Sure it is, dude. You got.
But then again, I drink Red Bulls. That can't be any
kids?
better. I have one of my own. I have a stepson, and my lady and I miscarried a child as well, like kind of deep in.
Really?
So I have like a kid and a half, I guess.
This might scare me.
A 1.5. It wasn't that deep in. It was 15, 18 weeks, something like that.
We're 17 right now, so that's kind of
right
scary.
around there.
We heard a story of one of her family friends who lost it at 17, and it's real. It's been freaking us out lately because like we're right at that point where we're gonna find out the gender in 2 weeks, and
what's it gonna be?
I'm betting on a boy.
And do you just want it to be a boy, or do you actually think it's gonna be a boy?
I think it's gonna be a girl, because she had a dream, and where she was holding it and it was a girl. But my mom
lady
said
had the exact same dream.
My mom
she
said
was right that it was a girl, and I was rooting so hard for a boy, like wanted a boy so bad, wanted a boy so goddamn bad. But now, all said and done, I have a girl. I'm glad I'm a girl dad. I fucking love being a girl dad. I'm not typically like super like macho. But I can be more genuine and sweet with a daughter in a way that I feel like I would want to like toughen my boy up. You know what I mean? In a way, like you can just be like.
I know I have that in me as well. Like, if I have a son, it
might be cultural, it might be genetic, but
he's gonna get less. Like, if I have a son, he's getting less hugs.
It's that you still gotta hug him. You'll hug the shit out of him, but it's weird. So it's like 1 to 3, it doesn't make much of a difference. But then once they become like there's a clear difference in boys and girls.
But
and stuff,
like my son in high school, like he gets a hug when he graduates or when he
he gets a handshake if he's lucky.
Yeah, he wins a
handshake in a 20.
He wins a game, he gets a bro hug. You know.
Yeah, the double tap. You know?
Yeah, you gotta man him up a little bit. You gotta do a little bit of something.
I believe in non-gender conformity. You let that boy that it be whatever it wants.
Yeah,
sir.
You know, we should. That's what everyone says. Is, you know, you gotta let that baby choose on its own. So is us having a gender reveal party?
That's gay as fuck.
No,
I will say
that's transphobic. Or gender reveals transphobic.
They may be, because gender is a construct. So if you're assigning it beforehand, you're revealing something he has not chosen.
Dude,
you're gonna have a straightness reveal party. How do you know? You know, he might be straight. He might be
true.
A big old. I didn't say that,
dude. You know what? The question I've got the most from people is,
what's that?
Would you rather have a gay son or a thought daughter? And 100%.
That's tough.
100% gay son.
At least a thought daughter is like biologically natural. I feel like that is not mine, but like
I feel like
homophobia is a thing, and I feel like
you don't want him to deal with that.
No, not even that. But I feel like the reason is because it's biologically unnatural. At the end of the day, so that you can get over it. It doesn't matter what you're gonna love that dude or girl.
I feel like that.
It.
If I had a gay child, I feel like that'd be the biggest thing that would bother me. Is like they're gonna have to deal with homophobia, and that's gonna piss me off.
Yeah,
like that's probably what like I might become a social justice warrior on Twitter if I had a gay kid. Like
you probably already are.
Yeah, a little.
You got
bit.
all your alts going.
Yeah, I on Facebook today I did someone posted a Bible verse of why being gay is wrong from Leviticus, right? And Leviticus is the most bullshit section of the Bible.
I don't know the Bible, period.
I went to Catholic school, kindergarten through 12th grade, every year of my life, and I'm agnostic. So I pull up a Leviticus quote about, and I know this person has like crab boils and stuff. I know for a fact.
Shellfish is against. I know that.
And it's in Leviticus too, right by where it says being gay is laying with another man is an abomination in that section of the Bible, and it says that eating shellfish is an abomination. And so I put that shellfish thing in the comments, a quote from the Bible. I posted the picture and I said, you better not be eating any crab or shrimp either, you know? And that's one thing that'll get me is when people I think Catholicism's great.
I agree.
For people who need it.
I love the message of Christianity. I do not love the practice of Christianity. It's totally been subverted and changed, and it's so you think about it. They're the most hateful people under the guise of I'm loving. So I love this so much that I have to hate everything that's not this. And that was kind of exactly Jesus's message was love everyone no matter what.
Yeah, what's the story of the Samaritan, you know? The good Samaritan. Like the Samaritan is supposed to be somebody who is different than you, somebody who doesn't believe what you believe, and you're still supposed to help them and be the best person you can to them. And like if Jesus was somebody who the story of Jesus, I don't know. The story of Jesus is somebody who hung out with hookers and thieves and turned their lives around. He turned their lives around, and he made them have meaning. And
so was Jesus a slut shamer?
Mm-mm.
If he turned a hooker's life around, he had to have shamed her somehow. Is that slut shaming?
I don't think he shamed.
Or did he say you go girl and like?
You know, I think we need a little bit of slut shaming in society, though.
I agree.
You know, we got to get these STD numbers
for
down.
Slut shaming unless you're going to be a slut for me, and then I am all for it.
Never shame. Yeah. Yeah, I think we should just flip slut shaming and do it to dudes.
It kind of has, you know, the womanizers hated. It's also loved by certain sects. SECT, not SEX.
Actually, I actually don't think a womanizer is hated, because if you're a successful womanizer,
Successful though, how many unsuccessful ones are there though? Those are the cheating, lying bastards. You know, the successful ones are fucking Charlie Sheen, Tiger's Blood. You know,
Andrew
or fucking
Tate. Dude, he makes me crack up because he just says dumbass. Like he sounds like a dumbass a lot. He really does. Do you ever listen to any? You ever see any of those while scrolling?
Nah, I'm not hit upon him.
He's that dude. He's like, he'll pretty much just be like, yeah, you should have multiple girlfriends. Like, yeah, that's the way a man is. And he's like all for it. And he has the he just says the most outrageous take on things.
It's not all that outrageous
for
though.
Views. It's natural.
Women like that, to be honest.
Some of them.
From personal experience, not all of them, but some of them are into that type of behavior. You know, it's like again, talking about alphas, you know, it's like a true alpha doesn't say they're an alpha, but if they do alpha type stuff like fuck other bitches even though they have a bitch, you know, it's a pretty natural biological response of like,
yeah, dude. I mean,
I've
yeah,
literally had girls tell me they think it's hot.
How natural is monogamy?
Are you familiar with Chris Ryan?
Enlighten me.
Well, you're a big Toe Rogan fan. That's actually where I learned of him from. He's author, some sort of doctor, like has a doctorate, not like medical doctor.
Yeah.
But he has a book called Sex at Dawn, and it kind of goes into the sexual origins of humanity. And his big thing is monogamy is not natural. You know, you look at humans naturally, we live in villages of, you know, 100 to 250 people type, you know, and like it wasn't so like I am the father, it was a village, right? So the women would have kids and all the women would help raise them. So it didn't matter who was the dad so much. You know what I mean? So everyone was kind of sleeping with everyone because it was more of a community thing. And we were going to raise this kid and love it no matter who the dad was. Not like, all right, now you need a father figure, a patriarch to lead this family because there's so many.
See, yeah, that's if you go back like to hunter-gatherer and
that's kind of his thing is
early agricultural villages and stuff like that. But when you get into small villages of like, you know, even Greece and Rome and
but you're talking agrarian societies at that point. He's kind of saying
I'm talking 2,000 years ago
he's saying if
present.
you trace it all the way back to the roots, like pre-society, literally it was tribes, and that's how we're biologically wired. So it makes sense.
So that's how the Native Americans, everyone would kind of bone everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And again, talking back to like the gender fluidity and such, that was a thing in Native Americans, you know, like it wasn't all black and white. There was males, there was females,
and then there was religious. It was like a spiritual person who's like outside of gender.
Yeah, exactly.
But how I don't know which specific tribe, but I've heard this before, is that certain Native American tribes, their tradition was everyone bones everyone, and all the men are fathers to all the children, and all the women are mothers to all the children. And that's how they would raise them.
And in a way, again, you're saying you were raised Christian. Brothers, sisters. You know, that's what humanity is. And in a way, I think that could be liberating to not have the distinction of like you're a father, you're, you know, just like kind of everyone. Like there's the kids, you know, they're the kids. I may or may not.
We take care of the kids. Yeah. That's what we do.
And in a way, isn't that what a true alpha does? You know, where because they're the leader, they're the protector. Yeah,
Yeah, a true alpha would protect kids even if they were not their own. So having stepkids is a big-ass alpha move. Having stepkids, alpha.
Love you, Rylan.
That is alpha territory.
Yes, sir. But that dude also says that humans made a mistake.
By doing monogamy?
By doing civilization.
Oh, God. He's a little wacky. Civilization makes it easier.
It does make it easy. And he's not saying like, oh, we need to go back. He's saying we need to get to our roots and bring those into the modern, like the way we were kind of he more or less he's like, we're in a zoo now, right? We're not in our natural environment. We need to make our environments more
Yeah, but
more aligned with the way we evolutionary have been basically forever until the last like 2,000-3,000 years.
I don't know what we're working towards because we're like an ant colony or a beehive.
Tim Leary,
We're
LSD King, he says we are the metamorphosis of humanity turning into
machine
whether it be a technological or like a
or
spiritual
or a biological upgrading like with CRISPR or something. Something is coming. It's coming soon and it's coming fast, and we are having trouble. We are adapting, and we're
shit's hitting the fan, man, and a lot of it seems to be because of technological. Yes and no. There's so much more division, and
there's a lot of
I
division.
will say that is mostly from media because people can choose their own media now. So now they're not based in reality; they're based in what they want to hear.
Has there ever been a time where there wasn't a lot of division? This actually could be a time with some.
Not to this level, you know. Not
if you're looking at 100 years, yes, we have a lot of division in America specifically. But if you're looking at the grand scheme of things, we actually are fighting online now. We're not having duels in the streets,
which is good, you know. It's for it to be a verbal discourse instead of a physical discourse.
But the verbal discourse could be better.
But also,
and we always want better. It can be.
It's not really discourse anymore. It's gotten to the point where
they're trying to
if you say a buzzword, if you say a wrong thing, you know, there is no discourse about it. It's just whoop.
Shutting you down.
Exactly.
You're canceled. You're done. You're done.
No
you're
redemption.
Finished. Yeah.
Which again, back to Jesus and me loving the message and not the practice, but his thing was forgiveness, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you got to be forgiving of people, even if they said the most fucked up thing, if they can truly see the error of their way, why should they not be forgiven? They should be, but then it gets squirrely of like you can apologize and not be genuine.
Exactly, yeah. It's always going to be squirrely. It's always going to be weird. You're never going to truly know. But I do believe we're working towards something like an ant colony or a beehive. We're working towards something greater. We're becoming something new. We're building this thing. No one knows what they're doing, but we all somehow together are building these cities and making these societies all over the world. And they all have similarities and they have differences. But we're working towards something, and what could that be?
Techno hype beast. Yeah.
Who knows? Like, you know, if everyone starts getting the Neuralink, I'll probably be in wave 3, you know?
I used to think that. I used to think I would be on the forefront of that. The older I get, the more I think I would like let other people flesh that out.
Wave 3. That's where I'm at.
What if that's the generation it fucks up, man?
Then, decisions were made, mistakes were made. Gonna have to live with them. I get hacked by cryptocurrency, and literally all I do is like my brain is hacked, and I just walk around trying to make people buy Bitcoin.
That sounds like a lot of humans right now, to be honest. Like
just hacked. I love dude. Like, not gonna lie, I have some Bitcoin. I have a little bit of Bitcoin.
Of course you do.
I have a little bit of Ethereum.
You got that bit about it too, and I was like, literally the first time I heard you do it, I was like, I bet this guy has some.
Yeah.
Like, and
that's a funny
you
bit.
Confirmed it.
It's true because I look like I'd have Bitcoin.
Yeah. Again, back to the basics of comedy. It's funny because it's true.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But it's so funny. It's like I don't understand Bitcoin that well. Like, I get it.
You don't know the blockchain?
I understand what the blockchain is.
Are you a dummy?
I understand what the blockchain is to a certain extent, but I can't explain it to you in a great way, in a perfect way.
I don't think you can explain anything to me in a great way. So.
Oh, dude, just wait. I'll explain the craziest thing to you. I will explain
life to you.
I'll explain how I eat a 5-layer beefy for you. See, I crack open the sauce packet. I pour it on every bite.
Taco Bell.
Bite, sauce packet. Bite, squirt of sauce. Bite, squirt of sauce. So it's a nice amount of sauce in every bite.
Yeah. So, but then you're just tasting the sauce. So you agree to me that the burrito itself is not good.
It's subpar burrito. There's a lot better burritos. But for $5 when you get a burrito and 2 tacos.
The Cinna Twists suck too.
The Cinna Twists do suck, but I eat them every single time because it was $5.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been gaining some weight, and I realized why today.
Because your girlfriend's pregnant. I forget what they call it. It's like a psychological, like
sympathy,
mirroring,
sympathy
weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Well, also, she's always hungry, and she's like, well, are you not going to have some too? And like, yes, I'm going to have an Oreo. Yes, I'm going to have 10 Oreos.
I was going to say, no one eats a Oreo.
Yeah, yes, I'm going to have 14
Yes, I'm going to have a sleeve of Oreos.
Yes, I'm going to eat half of this entire package of Oreos right now. But, so I go to Wendy's today for lunch at work, and I'm like, let me get a 4 for $4. And I was like, I don't want to get water as my drink. I'm not drinking pop. I cut out pop so I could lose some weight. And I was like, I have water at the shop. I might as well get a Frosty. And that's why I'm getting fat. That's exactly why I'm getting fat.
I hear they have a strawberry Frosty
That's
now.
what I got.
Sounds pretty yummy.
It was good, dude. Tasted like lunch strawberry milk from middle school.
That's the best. Strawberry is my go-to. And for ice cream, I don't like chocolate ice cream. It can fuck right off.
Yes.
Vanilla's great. Strawberry's great.
Strawberry's great.
Fuck chocolate.
Hard ice cream strawberry, like a good strawberry made with real strawberries, like from a nice ice cream stand that has good hard ice cream. That is like my number one ice cream in the world. It's just like a nice waffle cone with some real like strawberry
cone
chunks.
Is where it's at. Like,
strawberry chunks in there too. You're a waffle cone guy yourself?
Oh, if I'm gonna eat ice cream, I gotta have it because I'm not a huge ice cream guy. So when I eat it, if it doesn't have the cone, I'm just something's missing. It's not quite there. You know, it's like sex with a condom. You know, or like ice cream without the cone. It's like a similar level of fucked up.
I agree. I 100% agree with you. You know what, man? You just agreed with me on strawberry milk and strawberry ice cream. I think I love you.
I know you do, man. I know you do.
We can go behind.
I love you too, brother.
We can go through this door behind camera after this podcast, and I'll show you how much I love you.
You wish, man. You wish.
What? You're not okay with it? What's her name? Baby
My
mama?
lady?
Yeah.
Alexandra,
you're not okay with me slopping them off in the office real quick?
She would love that, honestly, but I'm the one that's not for it.
Close your eyes, bro. I got long hair. Feel it.
I have had so many gay dudes say that to me. Like, I've been hit on gay dudes relentlessly in my life, and I've never budged. And they're always like, "Close your eyes," and it's like, it's not the same. It's energy, right? There's feminine energy and there's masculine, and like masculine just doesn't do anything for me sexually.
Nice boy.
Like I don't know, facial hair and like muscles, and it's just
no. He's a little twink.
And I'm not anti-homophobic either. It's just not my
You're
my
not
cup of tea.
anti-homophobic. I'm anti-homophobic.
Well, I am not homophobic. Forgive me. It's just not my cup of tea.
Oh,
Because tea drinkers are gay.
Dude, you hate Joe List?
Yeah, I like him a lot. Norman's funnier.
Norman. I actually personally think Norman's
my goat.
He's my goat right now.
I
agree.
We're on the same page.
Yeah, I'm totally sucking him off after this podcast.
Comedy. Praise Allah.
Oh shoot! Well, plug yourself up. Plug your Instagram. Plug where you go.
I am at Adam Bart. Adam with 2 M's. ADAMMBART on Instagram. That's my only social media. I'm slacking. I need to get a presence.
Yeah, be on TikTok and YouTube Shorts.
Yes, sir. I'm coming soon, and I'm at the Funny Stop every Wednesday, Barmacy every Sunday. If you want me on your show, give me a holler. I'm ready to level up. Bring it.
So Barmacy every Sunday, Funny Stop every Wednesday. You're hosting when?
September 14th. I got my 9/11 jokes ready.
So he'll be hosting September 14th, the week of 9/11, the Wednesday after 9/11.
Hopefully it won't be the biggest bomb of the week.
Adam will be hosting. I'll be there. I'll be there that night for sure. You can see me at the Funny Stop Comedy Club. So when this video comes out, I already demolished Zach in the co-feature contest, so I'll be moving on.
I heard you got your ass kicked in that, dog.
You heard?
Yeah, I already heard.
Yeah, so maybe you can see me on a Thursday at the Funny Stop. I'm at the Funny Stop on Wednesdays. I host on September 17th or 18th, whichever day is a Wednesday, I'll be hosting.
So that would be like the 21st or the 7th. The 7th or the 21st.
What?
it would either be September 7th or September 21st because the 14th is a Wednesday.
August 17th.
August, I got you.
August 17th or 18th.
Well, never mind.
Yeah, I will be hosting. I will be hosting at the Funny Stop. That is my 1 year in comedy, so I'm going to try and put on something special. I'm going to I'm going to try and bring 3 friends from high school who are my best fans. If you know them, you know it's going to be David, it's going to be Adam, and Big Tony. They have got them signed up for their first time ever doing comedy. I've got 3
done
friends
comedy before, man.
doing their Adam Neal, my other friend Adam. They come out and see my shows all the time, and they've been seeing me throughout the year. They've seen me progress, and so what I want to do is I want to force them to do comedy. So if you're one of our friends from high school, it's going to be a funny night. We're going to have drinks. We're going to shoot pool afterwards. Come out and see that. Thanks for watching the podcast, dude. Thank you for coming on. This has been fun.
You broke my podcast cherry.
I'm so glad that I got to.
It's
take that
officially
from you.
popped.
I'll take that cherry all day.
I know you wish you could, man.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Like, subscribe, follow us on Spotify and Apple Music. Probably by the time this comes out. Oh yeah, we got a sponsor, Signature Printing and Apparel. If you need any custom apparel made, they are letting us record in their store after hours. So they're our new sponsor. Thanks.
Thank you
for coming. Come again next time.
Thank you. Come again.
I like to make the outro awkward.